this Xbox news could have a lot of people maybe thinking things are a little bit different over in Xbox Town, right? It could have people in the PlayStation community thinking, hey, maybe I'll give old Green a try. I think that's something that we could see before too long, and I got to be honest, I think that would be pretty damn fantastic. Microsoft, if not anything, they learn from their mistakes. I mean, let's just be real. They basically are the good guys. And I know people will look at me, no, they're not the good guys, they're the bad guys, right? They're the bad guys. Well, listen, Microsoft has to adhere to a totally different set of rules than both Nintendo and Sony, and this is not even negotiable. It's just 100% facts. And I'll give you a good explanation as to what I'm talking about. One thing is this. Sony can buy whatever third-party game they want, no matter if it's been on PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo in the past. It doesn't matter. We can use Final Fantasy as an example. Final Fantasy 15 was on Xbox. Other Final Fantasies before that were on Xbox. And now apparently they're perfectly okay with buying exclusivity on whatever they want, and people will not question it. Same thing with like Silent Hill, KOTOR. Nobody questions these things that Sony does. Microsoft, on the other hand, they helped fund Rise of the Tomb Raider back in 2014, and it was a one-year exclusive. But before we even knew how long the exclusivity deal was, the press and the media and the gamers hounded until Crystal Dynamics had no choice but to say, hey, it's a year exclusive, and people got pissed off. Right around that same time, Sony announced that they helped fund Street Fighter 5, and nobody so much as did a peep, despite the fact that Street Fighter games are not traditionally a PlayStation product. They've been on Xbox. They've been everywhere. So, again, what did Microsoft learn? We can't buy third-party exclusives the way that Sony does, so they're not going to do it. And to their point, they haven't, right? I mean, look at their games. They're not buying big third-party games anymore. You might go, oh, well, what about Stalker 2 or this game or that game? No, they're letting these games go into Game Pass and obviously paying the devs, but it's not like they're paying to keep games off of the competition, and it's not like they are, actively trying to sabotage the PlayStation the way that Sony is actively trying to sabotage Xbox, So, again, that's sort of this weird situation that we're in. And now we have a little bit of a news regarding Xbox's showcase. And again, here we are in the middle of May, and we still have no clue if Sony is going to do a showcase this year, right? They could. They might. There's rumors, but again, I want to point out that we saw rumors all over last year as well. Oh, PlayStation's going to do a showcase in this month, and okay, well, they delayed it internally, and now they're going to do it in this month. Are they really, if they're really going to do it in a week from now, and it's going to be a big showcase, wouldn't they announce it to get some hype and things like that up well before the showcase? I mean, supposedly this showcase is taking place in like 10 days, and we haven't heard any announcements on it. Is it like, are they waiting to see how the EU votes with this whole Activision thing? I mean, the CMA already came in, but obviously the EU has a different type of situation, so I don't know. I guess we'll see. But Microsoft, on the other hand, has no problem announcing, hey, we're going to do a big showcase, a 90-minute showcase, and then we're going to do another bit after that, just dedicated to Starfield, which I think is pretty damn awesome, if I do say so myself. And it's nice to see that they're going all out with the show that they're doing, and they're going to get people excited about the future of Xbox. Now, what's interesting about this is it's going to be a big change. It's going to be pretty different in a key area, which I think is perfect. According to an industry insider, this year's edition of the Xbox Showcase is going to mark a departure from the previous incarnations in a major aspect. It will include games more than a year away. Now, the rumor comes with 1 month to go until Xbox pull back the curtain on what's coming. And again, gamers responded to the change in plans with enthusiasm. Following the 2022 edition of Xbox Showcase, Xbox put out a notorious post on social media that named every game they would release within a calendar year, including the highly anticipated Hollow Knight Silksong. To the surprise of many gamers, however, recent news came to light about Silksong's development, which means it will likely not be shown in any form in this year's Xbox Showcase. While the delay to Hollow Knight now renders that social media post moot, that has not stopped Xbox and its partners from moving forward. That social media, with their plans for the rest of 2023 in general. However, Xbox may be looking beyond the short term, according to this post, and podcast host Jez Gordon from Windows Central stated that Xbox may show games that will not only release within a year, but beyond it as well. In short, Microsoft is moving away from focus on games that were released within a 12-month period and look forward to the future of Xbox's ecosystem. However, it does not change what gamers should expect from this year's Xbox Showcase, with Starfield receiving a separate dedicated broadcast for the conclusion of the Xbox Summer Showcase. Games such as Stalker 2, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, and the next Forza Motorsport titles still may be shown during the broadcast. However, Jez Gordon didn't name specific games that would be shown specifically for the broadcast, nor did they give a reason why Xbox shifted their focus. Jez has heard there are some things slated for the showcase that are a bit further out. In Jez's opinion, Xbox are ditching the 12-month release window for the showcase based on the games he has heard that will be shown. In the replies, most users praised Microsoft for making the right call to go beyond their limited scope. Other users pointed to the delay of Hollow Knight as a potential reason why Xbox chose to move away from the 12-month release window. Yet with Xbox supposedly looking beyond the scope of 2023 and the first half of 2024, this may open the door for other big games to be teased and shown during the upcoming showcase. Though gamers may want to hold their breath for news on certain titles such as The Elder Scrolls 6, the fact that the window is still open leaves that a remote possibility. All in all, a busy and exciting slate of games awaits for Xbox users in the near and far future. Now, listen, the 12-month thing, I didn't care. It was just the fact that they didn't really announce that until kind of after the fact. So while we're watching this, we're all kind of hoping and making predictions and things like that, and hoping that, you know, this stuff is going to be shown. We're all hoping for Avowed and all these types of games, and that stuff, you know, can we see Fable, can we see this, can we see that, and none of that stuff ever really came to fruition, and it was very upsetting, you know, because we didn't know beforehand. I think you have to set the expectation, just like Phil Spencer said with this whole situation with with 60 frames per second and Starfield, and they asked, will people know much more ahead of time, unlike Redfall? Like, Redfall's news came that it was going to be only 30 frames at a really inopportune time and really close to launch. I feel like Microsoft has to set the expectations either way well before launch. So hopefully we get that information at the showcase or whatever, and, you know, we'll see what happens. But for me personally, I think that Microsoft is making the right call here. You have to be able to go out there and have games that get people excited, and not necessarily showing just what's in the next 12 months is probably wouldn't do that, you know. So I think, yeah, that's going to be sort of a weird situation to be in. So they have to go a little bit beyond that. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's going to be the smartest thing they can do, because I can imagine already people are going to get excited to see some of that stuff that's going to be, you know, a little bit further out than just that 12 months. And that's a very smart thing to do. And you know what? Listen, that's the right call. 100% the right call. So I can't wait to see what comes up. I'm going to link this in the description below. You guys can check it out. Let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comment section. Please like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would definitely appreciate that. It means a lot to me if you guys could do that. I appreciate everyone that watches. Have a great day. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. Thank you so much for watching. Crap gamer out.